I've been on this program since April. I have lost a total of 36 pounds over that period, and I think up to 19 inches so far. Don't quote me on that. I would need to go home and measure to make sure that I'm telling you the truth. But I was at like 17 inches a couple weeks ago. I started this process of walking every day back in April 25th to be exact. I was we were deciding whether we were going to start traveling or not. And we had an opportunity to take advantage of a trip to Costa Rica in January. And I spoke to my cousin and I was like, Anne, what do I need to do to get healthy? I've tried all kinds of, the diet things and I tend to just gain weight, and I don't want to. That's like all of us. We don't want to, but it happens. And so she said, you know what, Marie? She said, you need to start walking an hour a day and hire a nutritionist. And I was like, okay, I've thought about that before, but, well, exercise sucks. I don't like exercise. I don't lie about that. And I was like, I've looked for nutritionists before, but I don't know who I can trust. There's all kinds of people on the web, and everybody has the best plan ever, and you just don't know who to trust these days and who not to trust. So I told her, I said, do you have anybody you can refer me to? And she said, yeah, I do. She introduced me to Lane Bruner at Wellthy Soul. And she's a nutritionist here in Austin where I live, but she caters to people all over the United States, possibly the world. I haven't ever asked her that part of it, but she does everything online. So, she was able to establish this company. And so during COVID, everybody still had the opportunity to learn from her. And it's just basically on how to lead a healthy lifestyle. And by leading a healthy lifestyle, there's no like crappy food. There's no prepackaged food. There's no counting your daily intake of calorie. I'm just not into the whole calorie counting thing and the how much does this have in it, and reading every label and all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, well, let me check with her and see what we can figure out. So I had my meeting with Lane just over the phone, and we talked and figured out we might be a good fit for each other. So I joined the program, and basically it's how to eat whole foods that you buy on your own at the grocery store every week. They teach you how to make the best choices you can make and cut out all that processed food. So I know right there a lot of people just got turned off. But yes, the processed foods taste great, but they're not good for you. But I can tell you what, through this Wellthy Soul program, I have learned to shop and prep and cook whole foods that are really, really good. And so now, instead of going to the store and buying, a box of the processed food in the freezer section so I can have lunch every day this week and just throw it in the microwave and be done, I actually prep my food now on the weekends, and I put them in individual containers, portioned correctly, which I used to have a big, big problem doing. And I take them out as I need them. I'll stick them in the freezer, and then instead of buying frozen foods at the store, I just take them out of my freezer each week. And those are my new lunches. Whole foods that I made myself. They aren't processed, and they're good for you. And so my goal whenever I go to Costa Rica, there's a big tree there. It's called the vining tree. Beautiful tree. And I'm sure I over exaggerate when I tell people how tall it is because, I need to make it sound super, super tall. But anyway, we go, and when I find out I'm going to Costa Rica, that tree is my motivator. I want to get healthy. I want to be able to climb that tree. So I knew in the condition I was in back in April that I wasn't going to be able to get my butt up that tree. So I said, well, let's do this. I'm in. And it's just such a motivator for me. My talk today is about getting healthy, and that was my whole point. It wasn't about losing weight. It was about getting healthy so that I can climb that tree in January. So I started the program with Lane and her wonderful staff, and they provide coaching daily. And I know some of y'all are sitting there going, I don't want to be like bugged by a coach every day. They don't bug you. What is amazing about this group of people is that they're going to teach you and give you all the tools so you learn to change your lifestyle and your daily mindset and your focus to being healthy. And there's no judgment. If you miss a day or you don't do it right, they're there to help you and to learn, but you basically get out of it what you put into it. So I'm really good when I'm held accountable by coaches, and so I've been on this program since April. I have lost a total of 36 pounds over that period, and I think up to 19 inches so far. Don't quote me on that. I would need to go home and measure to make sure that I'm telling you the truth. But I was at like 17 inches a couple weeks ago. So anyway, so I know at least that much. But anyway, so instead of just putting you on a diet and telling you what to eat, they actually teach you how to do it. And by eating healthy, whole foods, you can't help but lose weight. So I didn't go into this to lose weight. I went into this to get strong and healthy and find out, what can I do differently in my life? So yes, I cut out the sugar. I cut out the alcohol. In my first 8 weeks, I was determined no sugar, no alcohol. And I like to drink, when we go to dinner and have, Italian food. Of course, I want a glass of wine. When we have, some friends over to hang out, I want to have some, a drink or two with them. So not like I drink every day. That was no big deal for me. But you realize that, sorry, this truck behind me is really loud. Anyway, you realize by cutting out the sugar and the alcohol, what a difference that makes in your health. Sugar is the devil, but of course we all love it. But going without it, you realize how much you do like it. Like I've never felt like I'm a big cookie or cake eater, or I don't have to have this stuff and I don't crave chocolate, this and that. But I'll tell you what, once you can't have it, well, I need to clarify that. Once you don't have it, you realize how much you miss it. I say clarify that because the Wellthy Soul program isn't that I can't have anything. And that's what's so great about it is you're going to go to a birthday party. You're going to go to a celebration. You're going to just be happy that you achieved something for the week. So have a piece of cake. Just don't have 5 pieces of cake and don't have it every day. So they teach you how to enjoy eating healthy and not make it something that you hate doing. So anyway, I just have learned so much from them.